Being a new player in Grand Theft Auto Online can be quite challenging, especially when trying to make money. I've talked about many different ways that new players can get started, and the major thing that you want to get as a new player unlocked is either the Kosatka or the Agency. The Kosatka obviously allows you to start up the Cayo Perico heist, which is one of the most efficient ways of making money in the game. And the other way is the Agency, which allows you to have the Dr. Dre VIP contract, but also allows you to have security contracts, passive income, payphone hits, so many different ways of making money. Both of these businesses are absolutely fantastic. The problem is you need about $2 million in cash to purchase these properties. And as a new player, you don't own any businesses to get started. Well, in the latest update of Grand Theft Auto Online, Rockstar has added an absolutely fantastic way of making around $1.5 million with 2 hours of work. That is actually insane for a brand new player. And if you pair that with the other method I'll be talking about in today's video, which is treasure hunt, you will be able to get your hands on a Kosatka within 4 hours. Think about that. Within 4 hours, you can get your hands on a Kosatka or an Agency. So let's get right into it. All of this is possible because of the brand new heist that has been added into Grand Theft Auto Online, the Cluck and Bell Farm Raid, that was literally released yesterday. See, a lot of experienced players and people that already have businesses set up have been complaining that the Cluck and Bell Farm Raid is not very good for making money. And yes, while I do agree that the Cluck and Bell Raid isn't going to be great for everybody, if you are a brand new player, this is the best way of making money in the game. Let me explain. As a new player, you obviously don't have any existing businesses or properties set up. You need to save up and purchase them. And what is the best way to do that? Well, it's to maximize on the missions and opportunities Rockstar gives you to make the most money possible. For example, in the past, I've talked many times about doing the first and last dose missions to get your hands on the Acid Lab for free and get an Ocelot Virtue, which is an amazing Amani Tech supercar. However, I would be willing to say the Cluck and Bell Farm Raid absolutely trumps this. How? Well, the Cluck and Bell Raid does not require you to own any prior existing businesses. Vincent will call you on the phone while you're driving within the first 10 minutes of being in a lobby, and he's going to say, hey, meet me at the Vespucci police station. We are going to do some business. And then he's going to talk to you for a little bit. After you're done talking to Vincent, you are ready to start the first mission and move on to the rest. Now, yesterday I posted a video on how to complete all of these missions. They're fairly fast, easy to do. As I said earlier, you can do it in around 40 to 50 minutes, which is quite fast. Judging that the first time you complete the Cluck and Bell Raid, you are going to net $750,000. That's a lot of money. If you're a new player with no businesses set up, you are literally making 750 G's in 40 to 50 minutes. You see, the actual Cluck and Bell Farm Raid is going to pay you $500,000. But if we take a look in the awards page, we can see completing the Cluck and Bell Raid as a leader earns you $250 additional $1,000. So you're going to get $750,000 in total for the first time you complete it. And if you complete it as a goon, in other words, as a secondary player, not the leader, with a friend, you are going to get an additional $250,000. So that means if you find somebody either in my Discord server, which I would recommend to join, or any Discord server to do this heist with you back to back, they can run it as a leader and they will make $250,000 and you'll complete it as a goon and earn $250,000 extra. And then you can swap roles. You can run it as a leader. They can run it as a goon, and boom, you have just earned $1.5 million in around maybe 2 hours, depending on how long it takes you to complete this. Just as a quick side mention, even if you are a fairly experienced player and you're like, well, the payout's not really that good, to be honest, for your first run through, it is definitely worth the time. Because if you plan on buying the Gauntlet Interceptor, you're going to save about $1.5 million with the trade price. And getting an additional $750,000 means that you're actually saving around $2.3 million rather than just purchasing the Gauntlet Interceptor and upgrading it. So it is actually definitely worth it if you plan on buying the police cruiser to do the Cluck and Bell Farm Raid at least one time just to get the trade price unlocked. So at this point, let's say you're a new player, you've done the Cluck and Bell Farm Raid 2 times with a friend, and you have netted the maximum $1.5 million. After this, I wouldn't say that it is the best way of making money. And that is because of the fact that you are no longer going to be able to get that $250,000 extra bonus cash. So what you're going to want to do is weapon treasure hunts. There are 3 weapons in specific that we want to look for: the double action revolver, the navy revolver, and the stone hatchet. In front of you, you can see a map showcasing all the locations for the navy revolver. You have to make your way to 1 through 4, and they will always be clues in those specific spots. Then you'll notice that there are letters 5A all the way through 5E. And the reason this is the case is because each of these locations can spawn the black van that you're trying to look for. So I would suggest to start at 5A, make your way to 5B, 5C, 5D, and then 5E. And at one of those spots, you're going to see a black van hidden with some body parts in it. And after that, you've completed the first part of the navy revolver. After that, you're going to want to head over towards the Sandy Shores Airfield, which is at location 3 on the map you can see, and you just kind of want to wait there. Between the hours of 1900 and 5 o'clock, he will spawn at the airfield. All you need to do is shoot him. Boom, you now own the navy revolver. Just picking up the revolver is going to give you $50,000 in cash, but it gets better. If you kill 50 people, doesn't matter if it's cops, online players, or civilians walking down the road, you will get an additional $200,000. So completing all this from start to finish should only take you about maybe 10 to 20 minutes. You're going to net $250,000 from it, and that's it. That's the first one done. We now move on to the stone hatchet, which in my opinion is the easiest and most fun of the bunch because you get to go bounty hunting. While you're playing GTA, you may notice that a character called Maud has texted you on the phone. It's going to ask if you want to be a bounty hunter. All you need to do is reply yes. After this, Maud is going to email you characters that she wants you to kill, and there's going to be areas pinged on the map where you need to head. After killing 5 of these locations, you are going to unlock the stone hatchet in some sort of crate pinged on the map for you, and boom, you already have it. It's that simple. I mean, it does take a little bit of time, probably about 30 minutes from start to finish, but it's very easy to do. The missions are kind of fun because you get to kill people. If you don't choose to kill the person and you bring them back to Mod, you'll get an additional $10,000 for each person. You'll get $5,000 if you kill them, though. So either way, it's pretty dang simple in my opinion. The other thing is that, once again, if you kill people with the weapon, 25 kills, you will get an additional $250,000 with the stone hatchet. So it's actually great. All you need to do is kill 25 people, and you're going to get an additional $50,000 if you just bring the people back to Mod, or $25,000 if you kill them. In total, that's $300,000 you've netted. So just from these 2 weapons alone, that's $550K in probably about 40 minutes of work. The final weapon we'll be talking about today is the double action revolver. And this one is also incredibly easy. Should only take you about 15 minutes to get your hands on. If you take a look at your phone's email, you will see that you've gotten a message from like I Find Treasure Hunter or something like that. The email's going to be attached with a black and white photo. And what you want to do is go over to YouTube, type in double action revolver locations GTA 5, and whatever the first video pops up is going to show you a bunch of different black and white photos with the respective locations the game wants you to go to. Once you have grabbed the little note that starts the mission, you are able to go to the other locations and very easily complete this. These are what the 3 clues look like. The first one, all the way down in Grapeseed, there's a dead tree right next to the road. There's going to be open box with a missing gun. Second location, we've got right next to Sandy Shores in the ocean. You're going to see a bloody shovel. That is the next clue. And the final clue is a little hidden cave where there's a kind of beheaded dude. And once you find all these 3 locations, which will be pinged on your map when you start up the job, you will be able to then have the treasure chest on your map and finally get your hands on the double action revolver. You will get $50,000 for picking up the weapon and an additional $250,000 from killing 50 people specifically with headshots. This is the trickiest one to get the completion with, but still very easy to do all these missions, and you're going to get, again, $300,000. So in total, you're going to get about $850K from doing these 3 weapons, And as I said before, you already get $1.5 million from this new Cluck and Bell raid. So when you add these together, you are going to be making upwards of $2.3 million. It's an incredible way of making money as a brand new player, and you can instantly get your hands on the agency or Kosatka. I've made videos breaking into both of these businesses. I've even compared them in a video. So if you want to see things like that, I'll link the videos down in the description. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and obviously if you want to see more content like this, let me know. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.